Yes, however many it is, we're sending individual letters to all the departments.
And can you talk about, assuming they all respond, what do you plan to do with all this information?
Well, we plan to make it all public. Well, first of all, we'd like to digest it and understand it, and then we would make it available to the public, so that everybody can understand where the pain is being shared, because there are programmatic decisions that are being made by this administration that are through the decisions that they make about budget cuts in individual programs. Some programs are being cut, some programs are not being cut, some programs are being cut more than others, some are being done away with, but we don't know which ones, nor do you. And it seems to us that that's a fair question to ask.
And you never got a response from May 21st?
No, we did not. Not even a phone call.
What makes you think that you'll get a response this time? Or what will you do if you do not get a response?
Well, I don't know. We thought about doing a public records inquiry, but since the record doesn't exist, evidently, I don't know what we'd ask for. So I don't know what we're going to do. We're trying to take this a step at a time. I'm hopeful that there will be some department heads who will think this is important enough to cooperate. If there aren't, then we're just going to keep talking about it and keep yelling about it. And perhaps if there's enough public pressure out there, somebody might decide that this is the right thing to do. I am Pollyanna around here, and I believe that eventually the governor will make this information available. At the end of this fiscal year, we'll have a closeout accounting. We'll have a surplus statement, which is a kind of a, when you balance the checkbook kind of thing. And at that time, we'll know what the reversions are from each department. But we won't have that information by program. And so we'll know, that such and such department reverts $1 million, but we won't know if it came out off if it was at the expense of people with disabilities, or at the expense of senior citizens, or at the expense of public television, unless we have the information by program.
And do you think those agencies each have a list that they can give you, or are they going to tell you that no, that doesn't exist also?
Well, they may tell me that, but I cannot believe that we are running a government that does not know how much has been cut out of the budget. How in the world can the governor, with any seriousness, stand up at a press conference and announce we need another 5% cut out of departments when he himself doesn't know how much has been already cut? And from one press conference that I did not attend, but it was reported to me, the governor did not know that public television had been cut. I find that an incredible statement.
And this is your latest of several efforts. How confident are you that this latest effort will actually get results?
As I said, I'm Pollyanna. I am hopeful. I'm never confident around here, but I am hopeful that we'll get some results. This is important stuff. This is just basic access of the public access to information. It is basic stuff. And the fact that we can't get this information, we can't get the right figures or information out of IEDC, we couldn't get contractual information about the IBM contract out of FSSA. I could go on and on and on. There are a number of examples of this, of governing in a vacuum. The governor refers to Indiana as the island of prosperity. We are the island of secrets. And it's time it stops. What are we afraid of? I'm not afraid for the public to know what I do here. My voting record is a matter of public record. And his actions and the actions of the budget director should be a matter of public record as well.
What do you believe they're afraid of?
I have no idea, other than that I guess I believe that they are making public policy choices by deciding which programs are being cut and which ones do not are not cut. And those public policy decisions, which are made in a vacuum on the second floor of this building, probably would not stand the light of day. And so perhaps that's why he doesn't want the public to know.
And what in particular do you think would be so unpopular?
Oh, I think if people realize which things are being cut and which ones are not. I don't know because I don't have the list, but I have heard from constituents who have told me that the program that serves, for instance, adoption subsidy for families who adopt children with special needs has been cut. Which has reduced the number of kids who have been adopted out of foster care. That program has been cut. The program for assisted vocational rehabilitation or assisted vocational services for people with disabilities, for adults with disabilities who need assistance going into the workforce, that program has been cut. We only know of these things by anecdote. And frankly, I think that's a very poor way to do business for the people of the state.
I think the most recent thing was today they announced that the Office of Vital Records will be closed on Mondays. Do you have any concerns about that at all? That public record, you're making a public records request, and the public records office will get closed for one day a week.
Well, I might have a concern. I don't know. I'd have to think that through a little bit. But I'm probably less concerned about that one than I am some of these other programs that really impact people's lives in very serious ways.